Orchard Road Strata title shops. Can buy or buy. Hi, my name is Alan from Alan V Property. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In my earlier video, I shared about older Strata title shops in the Bugis, Waterloo Street area. In today's video, I'll be discussing more on older Strata title shop space found mainly along Orchard Road. I'll be discussing 4 such malls that have a higher volume of resale transactions. They are Far East Plaza, Lucky Plaza, Orchard Plaza, and lastly, Orchard Tower. Without further ado, let's head over to their performance now. Firstly, we have Far East Plaza. This is a mixed-use development with an office tower right above it. It is along Scott Road. It TOP in 1982 and is on freehold tenure. Far East Plaza is also the flagship building for Far East organization. Here, let us take a look at the overall price first. A typical shop space measure approximately about 300 square feet. Their price range from 1.3 to 1.8 million, depending on their facing, location, and floor level. As for the profitable transactions, most of them that own the shop space for a long time have seen amazing profits. Their profit range from 11,000 to close to $1 million. As for the unprofitable transactions, there are not many unprofitable transactions in recent years. However, if I take a look at the historical chart, the previous peak was from 2010 to 2015. This coincides with the popularity of strata title malls back then. Those who bought during this era will have difficulties recovering now. Anyway, let us take a closer look at the last 10 years price trend. Price has shown signs of declining before stabilizing, with crowds moving to newer malls in the suburb and along Somerset MRT station. Can Far East Plaza continue to stay relevant? Lucky Plaza is another strata title mall along Orchard Road. There is a residential apartment on the upper floor. It is also on freehold tenure and TOP in 1979. It's directly opposite Iron Orchard and is sitting on the most prime piece of land along the shopping belt. This mall was also developed by Far East organization. I was there around 9:30 AM on a Saturday morning. What surprised me is that many of the shops have already started operating. The crowds are already coming in. Retailers are already doing business in full swing. Lucky Plaza has reinvented itself. The mall is bright, clean and welcoming. Here, let us take a look at the profitable transactions. Most of them that profit have owned them for easily more than a decade. The annualized return spread from 1% to 5%. This has justified that prices of shop space will appreciate over the long term, provided the mall continue to stay relevant to shoppers. A typical shop will cost $1.5 to $2 million today for a small shop space. Those in the basement, which usually see a higher human traffic, will cost a cool $10 million or $20,000 per square feet. Amazingly, someone will pay so much in terms of PSF for the prime shop space. Anyway, I just wonder, where are the 53 commercial properties located? For the profitable transactions, most of them that own the shop space for a long time have seen amazing profit. Good examples are these transactions that were purchased in the 1990s. They have a very strong return. Hence, let's take a look at the historical chart since 1996. Amazingly, prices have seen an uptick over the decade. This can be explained by Lucky Plaza transformation to stay relevant over the years. However, let us take a closer look at the last 10 years price trend. Prices have shown signs of stabilizing. What about the unprofitable transactions? Well, there are not many losses in recent years. If there are any, most of them are transacted years ago. Next, we have Orchard Plaza. This is a 99 years leasehold mall from 1977. It has office on the upper floor. It's situated directly opposite Orchard Central and next to the Concord Hotel. This mall was also developed by Far East organization. Let us study the profitable transactions. There are 16 profitable versus 2 unprofitable transactions. Not too bad in my opinion. Anyway, there are not many transactions on a yearly basis. Some make decent profit in a span of few years, while others only make mediocre return. If we look at the historical chart, prices peaked from 2010 to 2014. Thereafter, prices remain pretty stagnant. This is because the mall cannot resonate well with today's shoppers. The tenant mix comprise a wide variety of trades. It also failed to establish itself with any strong identity like Far East Plaza that target the youth to Lucky Plaza, which is a hangout for the Filipino communities. I think there is upside potential to convert this place into a full retail mall through a collective sale. If Far East Shopping Centre can be sold en bloc most recently, hence I think Orchard Plaza stand a chance too. However, before you enter, please do your own homework and be prepared for low rental yield and long vacancy period. The last mall we are going to discuss is Orchard Tower. It's on freehold tenure and TOP in 1973. It's along the junction of Claymore Road and Orchard Road. Right behind is the exclusive neighborhood of Ardmore Park. And right in front is Forum Shopping Centre. This is a mega site that spans 2 buildings with retail and office space in the front tower along Orchard Road and apartments in the rear 25-story tower along Claymore Road. This building design is very similar to Park Lane Shopping Centre. Let me take a closer look at the historical chart. Before 2010, prices were hovering below $3,000 per square feet. Then from 2010 onwards, prices spiked between $3,000 to even $6,000 per square feet. Sorry, I cannot recall what caused this spike. Maybe those who know retail well can share more with me. I can only speculate that this is the same time the Formula 1 Grand Prix and the casino are open for business. Maybe the owner raised their prices thinking the government would liberalize Orchard Tower to become the next Tiananmen or Las Vegas. What I only know regarding Orchard Tower is this is a very happening place on a weekend. There are KTVs and pubs. When you have rowdy and drunk customers, you will have fights and sadly murders. This mall has been the news lately. In this Street Time article dated August 2022, Orchard Tower nightclub's entertainment license will no longer be renewed over law and order concern. Anyway, this is my first time stepping inside this mall on a weekday afternoon. All because of you. That's why I'm here. I'm a good boy, by the way. The mall looks very tired and the tenant mix is very diverse. If they rebrand it to serve foreign communities in Singapore, such as the Thai community, I think they will do very well with the Thai embassy just further down the road. In conclusion, what can we all learn from here? Older strata title malls in the Orchard Road vicinity are holding their prices well if they can reinvent themselves as seen from Lucky Plaza. The rest of the strata title malls don't seem to perform too well due to the mall positioning. This indirectly affects the mall foot fare and retailers cannot sustain their business due to poor human traffic. When they pull out, there will be vacancy period and this will affect the yield of the property. Most of the malls also perform very differently. It's very difficult to identify a good shop to invest in. The future for strata subdivide malls also look uncertain with so many different stakeholders. Nevertheless, they are still better than the newer strata title malls. At least their prices are more realistic relative to their location. The good thing about investing in the shop is there are no ABSD and SSD. This segment is still relatively left untouched by the authority. You can buy and flip, nobody care. As long you pay buyer's stamp duty, IRAs will be happily collecting taxes. However, you cannot use CPF to finance your property and interest rate is usually higher than residential properties. As for buying malls for en bloc, there is always the uncertainty. If you own a business and need a business space, then I think it's worthwhile exploring this segment. However, if you are purely buying retail to avoid ABSD and do not have strong holding power, this segment may not be suitable for newbies investors. The vacancy period can be long. Moreover, some of the tenants in this segment are not grade A tenants. Today they open shop, tomorrow they close for good. Here, can the remaining strata title malls stay relevant in today's retail environment? Can the limited supply of such space mean they will be highly sought after in the future? Can newer malls and e-commerce continue to impact such mom and pop business? Most importantly, can make money from retail space? Or will you be stuck with a lemon instead? If you have any opinions, kindly share them with me in the comment section below. That's all. Hope you have learned something from this video, and see you soon.